Hi there, it's Beauty Junkie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing another Empties video. I have makeup, skincare, body care, a lot of hair care, and I'm going to update you on what is in my Empties box. I also have some stuff that I'm just decluttering. Usually my Empties videos include some stuff that I need to declutter because I'm out of space. Even though I've had this channel for about 2 years now, I try not to expand my makeup collection to the point that I need to buy more storage. Inevitably, it will happen, but I'm just not there yet. So I'm trying to declutter stuff that I do not talk about anymore, that I don't use. These videos are probably really helpful for a lot of you because it gives you like a final update, my final thoughts. I'm throwing out the product. I'll let you know if I'm going to repurchase, if I've already repurchased, or if I plan to never buy the product again. These are very helpful if you guys appreciate that kind of feedback, help you make your own purchasing decisions. I'm going to start with makeup. I have probably my smallest category of stuff. I did an Empties video actually only a couple months ago, but my box is already very full, probably because I did have to do a declutter with makeup mostly. So let's jump into the makeup bag. This is something I purchased in the last couple months from Target. These are magnetic lashes from Eylure. These are the Pro Magnetic Faux Mink Lash System. This was the Faux Mink Wispy. I tried this one time and it just did not work for me. The lashes didn't really stick well with the eyeliner that's supposed to help get the lashes to stick. It just didn't really work for me, so I'm not going to be using them again. I think this is a huge waste of money. You really need to do your research before you buy an expensive false lash like this. They're not super expensive, but they're also like not cheap either, and if they don't work, it's definitely a huge bummer. So I don't recommend getting these at all. I have a couple palettes that I am decluttering. I know some of you may be sad about this. These are from Sydney Grace, and these came out a couple years ago. I believe that they were on sale recently. I'm not sure if they're still in stock. This is the Summer Days palette. It's very much a beautiful nude. Very wearable. I love Sydney Grace's formula. If you want to introduce yourself to the brand, these palettes are great. It's just a nude that it's just a palette. These palettes are just not something I remember, I reach for. There's nothing wrong with Sydney Grace's formula at all. I don't want to say that. It's just something I forget about in my drawer, to be honest, and because they don't stand out to me, it's not a new product anymore. I'm just not really reaching for it, but I have done a few videos on Sydney Grace. If you guys I mean, the formula is a little bit dry, but otherwise, I mean, really no complaints. I'm just honestly not reaching for it, but you guys can see a little bit on my finger there how pretty these are. I can't recommend Sydney Grace enough. I also have, I believe these palettes were like a gift with purchase, so I don't feel too bad about getting rid of them. This is the Chase Your Dreams palette, Chase Your Dreams palette. This is a much more fun and deeper collection of colors, some purples, some maroon, gold, black. This palette is a little bit deep for me, but it does have really fun punches of color. Again, wonderful formula from Sydney Grace, and a really fun combination of colors and a good way to try their different textures and colors. But again, not something I think about using too much, but it is another great palette to choose from, and honestly, it's a good value for the money. Sydney Grace has really nice, affordable-ish single eyeshadows, and these palettes are also affordable-ish. Really great price. It's just you know, it's not new, it's not something I reach for, but definitely something to think about. I'm just decluttering them just because I don't use them. This is the Dior Air Flash. This is the spray foundation from Dior. A lot of people talk about this as a very popular foundation. I have the shade 104. I really like this. I just think I need to get a new one. It's very old. I'm pretty much very much expired. I don't even know how long this is supposed to last. I don't have the insert and I don't see a date on here, but I just need to get a new one. But I love the finish of this formula. I spray it on a palette. I don't spray it directly on the face, and I really like it, but it is old. Older mascara. This is actually not a bad drugstore mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect, the green one. I do like it. I like the brush. I think I just moved on to other mascaras. It's a pretty basic brush, but it does give, you know, length, volume, and all that good stuff. Victoria Beckham Primer. I've talked about this product a lot. This is the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. Very expensive product. This is the smaller, like, tri-size, and this is the golden shade, and I wanted to make sure I finished it up before it expired. I don't love the golden tint to this one. It doesn't really give me a tan like some people claim that it does, but it's just not the formula I prefer. I like the original one without any color, and this one, while it's pretty, I just find that the color disappears after I put makeup on, and I generally don't put primers on without putting makeup on top. So to me, this color kind of gets wasted, but otherwise the formula feels pretty much the same as the original. I just prefer it without the golden tint just because I don't need more glow, and this isn't necessarily the color glow that I want underneath my foundation. I'd rather have something a little closer to my skin tone. So the golden isn't for me, but still a really great primer. This Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is the light medium one, and this is a little travel size, little trial size one. It does come in a larger size, and this was a great way to try this product, but I personally felt that this is overrated. I know this is a favorite among Charlotte Tilbury fans, but I wasn't really reaching for it. I think maybe a few years ago when this came out, it stood out, but today I don't really think it does. And the highlight color doesn't really do it for me. The bronze, I think, is really pretty, kind of not too warm, not too cool, like a nice neutral bronze for light skin tones. But I know she's come out with other bronzers since then, and now she has creams. I don't have either one of those, but I understand that this is super popular. I just don't reach for it. I don't use it. I think it's just okay. Like, it's not really knocking my socks off, not changing my life. Concealer, Pat McGrath concealer. This is Skin Fetish Sublime L6. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is turning yellow. I think, yeah, definitely way over. I think this is 6 months that it lasts, definitely longer than that. I did not use this that much because it was very full coverage. A lot of people love it for that reason, but I think this has, fair to say, this is probably not good anymore. It wasn't my favorite skin tone match though. I don't think I have found a good match for me from that brand in terms of foundation complexion. This is a mascara I spent a lot of money on from Sicily. This is the So Stretch #1, and I was very underwhelmed by the performance of this. I like lengthening my lashes, and it just underwhelmed. Not very great at all, and I kind of stopped using it, so that's gonna go. This is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I think this is probably a little sample size, or came in a kit. I don't really use these kinds of clear brow gels anymore. This is an old highlighter that I know a lot of people love. This is the Dior Skin Nude Luminizer. This is the shade 2. This is a really pretty packaging. Very pink highlighter though. And I don't know if I just don't like Dior highlighters, but this is kind of a weird, you think it's, oh, I just broke it. Okay, I always break these kinds of plastic products. The hinge is just not very strong. Anyways, I feel like these are gonna be very shiny, but when you put them on the skin, like this is pretty. I think it's gonna be more beaming and bright and that kind of alien highlight we can see from space. And I think it's just so much more natural looking than I expected. So it wasn't really one I reached for, and I think it's actually a little bit too pink. Like it's kind of got a silveriness to it, but it's mostly pink. And I don't know that I just love the tone either. The texture's smooth, but it's not quite as like shiny bright that I want it to be. So I'm decluttering it. I have a lot of other highlighters now that I'm liking more. So time to go, and now it's broken. So that's that, but it's a shame. The packaging is really cool. I do like a good Dior packaging. So that's it for the makeup empties and declutter, mostly declutter. All right, skincare, body care. I have a huge bag of all this stuff. Some of this is old products, some of it is empty. A lot of it's empty, but there are a couple of things in here that I needed to finally declutter. I have a really hard time throwing away body care stuff that I don't end up finishing. I don't know why that is. Anyways, I do have, like, it seems like sometimes when I run out of stuff, I run out of everything all at once. It just kind of, when it rains, it pours. I'm gonna start with body care because I don't have as many of those items. This is the Sol de Janeiro Balm Dia Bright Cream. This is the kind of exfoliating, but not really, brightening lotion. Completely used up. I really like the scent of this. This is the Cheirosa 40 fragrance. It's really nice and light and kind of fruity. I like the texture of the Sol de Janeiro creams. They're all pretty similarly textured. They absorb easily. They're nice. Not too thick, not too light. With this one, this promises like a little bit of brightening with the vitamin C and fruit AHAs. I want it to be more exfoliating, getting rid of little bumps. I didn't really notice it do that very well or brighten my skin very well. And I think it just, you know, it's a really pleasant fragrance, is a pleasant product, but my problem with the Sol de Janeiro line is the cost. Like, they smell great, but the benefits you get from it are just so-so. And the texture, like, I like it, but could it be even more hydrating or even more of something? Yes. So it's just fine. I mean, if I got this for free, yeah, I would use it, but this one was just okay. It wasn't super impressive to me. This is a body wash, a body gel from Frederick Mall. This is a perfumed body wash. This is Olivia Giacobetti's and Passant. And this was a gel, a green gel, and it smelled so good. This is very expensive though, 200 mils, 6.7 ounces. I don't know that I can't say this is worth it for the money because you don't get a lot of product, but I really enjoyed it when I was using it. It just filled up my shower with such strong, beautiful floral fragrance. I loved it. And it had this easy squeeze out top. The formula for my body, I think it was just okay. It was just like a regular gel, you know? But the smell of it, I really loved. And Passant is really good. If I could get a discount on these in the future, I would try other scents because it's such a beautiful, strong fragrance body gel. I really liked it, but the price kind of kills me for how much you get. This is an old school NARS product. This is the Body Glow Manoi de Tahiti oil. I don't know the full name of this, but it's a glow oil and it's very oily. It has coconut oil, tiara flower, and it's got, you know, some body shimmer, gold shimmer in it. It's one of those oils that hardens when it gets cold and waters down when it heats up. The problem for me is that there's a lot of gritty chunks in here. And it smells really good, coconutty smell, but and it's very beautiful, oily sheen. But there is some gritty chunks in there that I don't get with other body oils that are shimmery, so I don't really recommend that. I've had this for years and it's just, I think I'm gonna save the glass, but I just don't, I don't love the texture of it. I don't know if you can see the grit, the bumps in here. It's just not very pleasant to apply. So I didn't finish it, but I've just kind of kept it around. I think it's pretty. It's also not a type of product I use all year long or that often. It's also kind of sticky, oily. It gets on your clothes, not super pleasant. This is a neck cream I got from Costco. This is the label's worn off. This is a Strivectin cream. I don't know, one of their tightening, lifting neck creams. I think this was about $100 and I used a little bit of it. I think this is definitely expired. It doesn't smell great and I hated the texture of it, and I feel like it created pilling. So little pieces of the lotion would come off when you would rub your neck. So I didn't love it. I didn't finish it. I can't tell you if it really worked. The texture was very thick and just not an overall pleasant cream to use. So I'm not going to be repurchasing that. This is my favorite hand wash ever. This is the Diptyque Softening Hand Wash. This is a refill bag. So right now I have a full soap dispenser of this stuff. I haven't purchased a new one yet, but eventually I probably will. This is my second refill of this soap from Diptyque. It has a light lavender smell, but I get more of the chamomile, I think is what I really smell from it. I just love the notes in here. It has rosemary, honey, as I said, lavender. It's just a great combination. It's unisex. It's not like overwhelmingly lavender. I'm a huge fan of it. I've talked about this in videos before, and it will probably be a future repeat purchase from me. All right, let's get into skincare for the face. I have a number of cleansers in this Empties video for some reason. I just really went through it. This one I probably have a little tiny bit left, but I'd really have to work it to get it out. This is the Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. This removes makeup. This is my oil cleanser that I just finished not too long ago, and I liked it. I think the texture kind of changed a little bit. It kind of turned white instead of like the oily, like yellowy color. And I think that's because I had this in the shower and it touched, whenever it touched water, it turned the product white. So that was something I ran into. I didn't use this as a mask or anything like it suggests to on the back, but I thought this was a decent cleansing balm for the price. I thought the texture could be a little bit better, but it's better than some other oil cleansers from the drugstore that I've tried. And I just love that it wasn't a hard balm, like it was already soft. I had to do less work to get it into my skin. So I think overall this is a really effective makeup remover. Could the texture be better? Could the smell be better? Sure, but for the price, I think this is a really nice option to try out if you've never tried any kind of oil cleanser or balm. I think this is a nice option. I'm not going to repurchase it right away. I have some other oil cleansers in my collection already, but I enjoyed using it. Next up is the Renaissance Cleansing Gel, another oil cleanser. I went on a trip and I pretty much finished this on my trip. I don't have much left to continue to bring it on other trips. But this is another makeup remover. This is from Oskaya Renaissance Cleansing Gel, one of their most popular products from the brand. I got a little small size of this and finally finished it. I feel like it could do a better job of removing makeup. I feel like I have to apply this kind of twice to remove everything. I don't know if it's the texture that's almost too light, but it just really disappears into my skin and breaks down so quickly that I was a little bit disappointed by it. I also don't love the smell of the Renaissance line. It's not my favorite. But I think the texture is nice. It's light. It's not too heavy of an oil cleansing balm gel. I do think that, yeah, this is not supposed to be used on the eyes. Just want to note that. I won't be repurchasing it because it's a pricey brand. This is the Matinee Gel Cleanser from Jordan Samuel. I believe I have another one of this. I probably do. This is like, I don't know how many times repeat purchase, and I will buy more in the future. I normally use this as my second cleanser or morning cleanser depending on the time of year. Love this line. This is a Matinee Cream Cleanser. Bought this for the first time. This is his newest cleanser, and I use this in the morning as my only cleanser. I didn't really use it as a second cleanse to remove makeup, but you could. This was perfect for winter because it didn't dry out my skin, and it was soft and calming and very pleasant to use. I already purchased another one. This is a moisturizer, again, Jordan Samuel, the Performance Cream. This is a really lightweight, simple type of moisturizer, very lotiony. This is on the lighter side. He has another moisturizer, the Recovery Cream, that's much heavier. This is the lighter version and probably gonna be most friendly to most skin types. Some of you will need more, but I think for summer this is going to be really nice and lightweight. I'm not going to purchase another one anytime soon because I generally like to have a little bit more from my moisturizer than just hydration. But this is a really nice formula if you like to build and mix in a lot of other things. This is going to be a great moisturizer kind of base. Serums, I have the Summer Fridays CC Me serum. This is a vitamin C serum, 1 ounce. I generally like fly through my vitamin C serums just because I'm always using them pretty much every day in the morning, and I enjoyed this one. I don't know that it was better than some of the other serums that I've used in the past for brightening. Like my Lyra Clinical one, I think it does a better job, but I think that one's also stronger. But this guy, I found, for a off-the-shelf, Sephora kind of brand, this was a nice, decent formula. It didn't smell weird, easy to use. A little bit of sensitivity if my skin was not being very happy that day. But that's pretty typical with most vitamin C serums, but pleasant to use. I don't know if I'm going to be purchasing this anytime soon, but I do think it's a good option if I can't ever get my Lyra Clinical one. But I do have a new Lyra Clinical right now, so I don't know this quite yet, but it was nice. This is another Jordan Samuel product, the Hydrate Facial Serum. This is basically a basic hyaluronic acid serum. I think it's very light, easy to layer. It's very simple. You can get bigger sizes than this. I got, I think, the smallest one just to try it out. I think it's fine. I wasn't like super impressed with it, but I do think it goes well with his other products. It's very simple, easy to layer. For me, I prefer another hydration hyaluronic acid serum from Lyra Clinical. That one does a hydration, plus it does really amazing things for plumping the skin. I didn't really notice that with this one as much, so I prefer the other brand. But this is a nice option, if you want something simple, you like a pared down routine. Let's get into masks here. I have a little small size of the Junkay Bio Lifting Mask. And I tried this out and I really love the texture of it. I have a bigger, larger one now. I just need to remember to use it twice a week. But for me, I really felt like the tightening. This is a lifting mask and I felt the effects of it. They weren't, you know, they were pretty temporary, but while I was wearing the mask, I could definitely feel the tightening. So that's why I picked it up, and the larger size already. It's an inexpensive mask, but I do think Junkay does skincare very, very well. So it's worth the investment of at least one of their creams or masks. Check one of them out. I think you're bound to like this one. It doesn't have any rose smell. It's not really super strongly scented to me, but you know, that's very personal, but I do like this one. The next one is from Oskaya. Again, this is the Renaissance mask. This is a brightening and resurfacing mask. This actually took me quite a while to get through, using it about once a week. A very interesting texture. I think for some people this is going to be a really nice alternative to typical resurfacing masks, because it's not a clay, it's a gel, but it's also like a very oily kind of hydrating resurfacing mask, which to me is different. When I think about acids and exfoliating, I think of something that kind of feels harsh on the skin, but this did not feel harsh at all. I didn't get any tingling or real sensitivity from it, but it did seem to help out my skin with congestion. So it was a very interesting kind of oily, balmy texture, but I think it could have done a little bit better in terms of clearing me up. I felt like it wasn't quite doing enough for me with this formula, so I'm not going to be picking it up. It's also on the pricey side. Anything from Oskaya pricey, but I think it was worth a try. If you're into the brand, you're curious about it, try out the Renaissance line. On to a couple little sample minis. I'm not going to get into depth into a lot of them. This is a Sicily Velvet Sleeping Mask with saffron flowers. I really love the texture of this. Very soft. It smelled good. It made my skin feel soft. If I had tons of money, I would buy lots of Sicily masks because they are incredible. And this one was nice. I'm not going to go running out to purchase it, but it's definitely on my list to pick up. This is a Biologique Recherche cream for the eyes, Biofixing. I finished it up. I'm not gonna go run out and buy a new one because I believe I have the full size of this already, and I'm still using it. This is a Neocutis Lumiere Firm Riche Eye Cream. This is on the thicker side. I think I enjoyed it. Had a little bit of a glow to it, but on the heavier side. I'm not gonna pick that up. This is the Late You from Biologique Recherche. This is one of their cream cleansers. I don't know. I'm not super impressed by the cleansers from this line. All right, I think that's it for skincare. All right, the last category I have is hair care, and it's probably the category that at least takes up the most room. I have a lot of hair care empties and declutters and old products to get rid of. So if you love hair care, this section is for you. Let's start with the bigger stuff. So this is the Virtue Recovery Shampoo. This took me a couple of, I want to say a year and a half or 2 years or maybe even more to get through. I really love the texture of the Recovery line. I think it might be a brand I might purchase in the future again. I think it really worked for my dry ass hair. There is a protein in it. If you can't handle protein, this Recovery one won't be for you, but it is pretty much like the alpha keratin 60 KU. That's pretty much the, I don't know, keystone of this brand is this proprietary hair protein. So I don't know if you can get around that if you don't like protein, but I just honestly love the creamy texture of this shampoo. I'm still using the Recovery conditioner. I went through the shampoo first. just because I don't use just conditioner in my hair. I also mask once a week, so I'm going through the conditioner slower. That one is also just a wonderful, creamy, thicker texture that's perfect for my hair. Love this brand. They have much smaller sizes. I think this is the largest 500 milliliter size. I wish they did refills. Maybe they do now, but there's no way for me to like open it and show you. It's kind of stuck, but I do enjoy that brand. Next up is my favorite purple toning shampoo, at least right now. This is the Kerastase Blonde Absolute Collection Bane Ultraviolet. This is a smaller size, 250 mils, 8.5 fluid ounces. My favorite toning shampoo. I think it helps tone the hair, clean it, but also not completely dry out my blonde hair. All right, this is a mask from Kerastase. This is for curly hair. Curl Manifesto Extra Rich Nourishing Mask Treatment. I love the smell of this collection. The Curl Manifesto line is a nice, beautiful white floral. This was a little travel size that I finished up. I don't know that I loved this for my hair. I don't remember the texture. It's been a while since I finished this. If it's not like super thick, I probably need something more than this because I haven't repurchased the full size. Another Curl Manifesto product that I finished pretty quickly. This is the Refresh Absolute. This is the second day curl refreshing spray. This was a little size and I went through it very quickly. It smelled really good. I don't think I will repurchase though. I mean, refresh sprays are pretty tricky. That one I wasn't that impressed by. All right, this is from a brand you can get at Ulta or Target, TGIN. Thank God it's natural. This is the Rose Water Soothing Leave-In Conditioner. They have one without the rose smell that I also like, but this one had the pump. This one took me a while to get through, but with consistent weekly use, I got through most of it, and I don't think I'll repurchase it just because I don't love the smell of this one. But it was a great basic leave-in moisturizer. If you have very dry curly hair, you need one that is somewhat affordable because you use this kind of product on the regular. So I like this one. I used it in my routine all the time just for a basic hydration. This is the Orbe Bright Blonde Essential Priming Serum. This is a leave-in purple toning product, perfect for blonde hair. I already repurchased this. This is one of my favorite products from Orbe. Love the texture, love the smell. It does a good job, does what it's supposed to do. This is the Kerastase Specific Potentialist Scalp Serum. I did a video on this recently. Sorry you can't really see it, but this is basically a scalp serum that soothes. It's very gel-like, liquidy. You kind of use the little dropper to put it all over your scalp. I liked it. I won't be repurchasing it because I felt like the effects are very temporary, and this is a pricey product. Another Kerastase product. This is the Chroma Absolute Serum Thermique. This is a anti-frizz, antioxidant thermal serum from the Color Treated Hair collection. I thought this was too lightweight for me. I don't like leave-in sprays or thermal creams that are in a spray. They're just not enough for my hair. This is a product that I am decluttering. I used a lot of it. I think they're phasing this collection out. This is the Kerastase Aura Botanica Late Day Soy. This is a thermal cream that doesn't have silicones, I believe, or this collection is supposed to be very natural. I didn't love how this made my hair feel. I felt like it wasn't as soft as some of the other thermal leave-in creams from this brand. I use a ton of leave-in, so you'll notice I have a ton of leave-in products. Some of this stuff is pretty old. Sometimes when you do those Ulta like hair deal things and you buy a whole bunch of hair products and then you never end up using them because they've been sitting in your drawer for years because you just simply can't get through that many hair creams. That's the deal with these. These are from Wella. I think they had a great, you know, sort of discount on a bunch of Wella stuff. So I picked up their Nucha Enrich Wonder Balm. This is with goji berry. This is kind of a leave-in gel product that I did not love the texture of. It wasn't bad. And then I just didn't finish it. This is a Perfect Me Lightweight Beauty Balm Lotion. This is more on the lotion-y side, and I didn't quite get the purpose of this one. I think you can use it for a lot of different things, and I just didn't love it. So decluttering that. I have a couple of sprays here. This is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Heat Styling Spray. I brought 2 more of these because it has heat protection up to 450. The only thing I will say about this is the mist. I feel like I'm hurting myself when I use it. The mist is so fine that I find myself, I can't help but inhale it, and I know that is horrible for me. I think the particles are really fine, and I hate the way it smells, and I can't help but cough every time I spray it. So I hate that about it, but I hope it's protecting my hair. This is the Living Proof Perfect Day Dry Shampoo. I got a little one of this. I don't know why I have a big one. I probably bought it at some point. I think it's fine. I definitely feel like I think I need to comb it through to get rid of the white powder. But I prefer the Oribe texturizing spray, I think is what it's called, over as a dry shampoo over this. Alright guys, that is it for my Empties decluttering video. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you have any questions about any of the products I mentioned, please throw a comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.